What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Payne. Welcome back to another Street Fighter Duel video. Alright guys, on the free-to-play account, I'm going to be taking a look at Nico Shop. As usual, we're going to break down everything that is available and what you should be focusing on in the shop itself and what you should be purchasing. We do this every single event because we don't want the new players who are coming in because of the collab to make mistakes, and we don't want the old players to also make mistakes and waste their bloodstones. Now you can see here, the currency is exactly the same as the original Demon Soul Stones that we're using before. So that part has remained the same. As a matter of fact, I mentioned during the trailer, when they dropped the trailer, that the event itself will look exactly the same. And it does. It's literally the exact same event with a few twists. And we'll talk about those twists very soon. Okay, I don't want you guys to miss out on that. Let's just do the commissions, get those out of the way so we can start that up at least. And then we can go into Nico Shop and talk about how to get Bloodstones. So now, Bloodstones, guys, are going to be earned a certain way, okay? Just so you guys are aware, they'll be earned through the actual event itself, the Explorer event. They'll be earned through right over here where you can earn some of the Blood Shops, so the Demon Hunter Workshop, and I'll do these ones separately so you guys can have a full video on them. And Nico Shop is where you're going to get most of your quote-unquote event items, right? Outside of the actual event itself. So first off, let's do the usual that we do. So this here is a frame. That's all it is. You're gonna have a frame. It's free to have on your account. It has no benefits beside aesthetics. That's all it is. Okay, so it's up to you if you want to buy this. I don't recommend it for free to play, of course, but some of you guys are collectors and the frames actually look really nice. But again, there's no value to frames outside of just aesthetic appeal. This one here is probably going to be a chat bubble. Yeah, it is. So this is a new chat frame. As you can see, we have a Gormagala one back in the day, which is a purple one. So if you do like to chat in general and this one matters to you, this will be your new chat bubble that people will see when you make any type of comment. So again, no appeal for the game. Sorry, no bonus to the gameplay itself. Just more aesthetics for your actual account. So let's get into the actual meat of things, okay, and talk about what you should be going for and what you should not be going for. Okay, so first off, the usual thing. This T2 here will appear after stage 25, 24, 23, 22, 26, 27, 37, 28. Nobody ever knows anymore, but it's close to like 24 last time. So if you see it, you've hit the right point. If you don't see it, you're not progressed enough in the story mode to see it. But T2 is definitely going to be one of your main items to go for 50. Another one here that you're going to want to go for is you're going to go for the actual boost stones. So this here is going to be for your FS 20 to 30. Very, very important, guys. So I would go number 1 for T2. Oh, sorry, I would go 1 and 1. So these two are going to be tied depending where you are. If you're very close to an FS 30 and you need the boost stones, I would recommend doing this. If you're very close to, if you have some T1s and you need to get T2 stuff, you get this. Now, both are fairly expensive to buy throughout the game. These can be purchased through the guild shop and through Shadowloo City. These ones can be purchased through I believe the city shop or the showdown shop, or they can be purchased through the general shop with a lot of diamonds, or just throughout events like this. So they're both equally very important to have. I'd say this one for me personally takes the edge right now versus the T2, but I am also looking for T2 for gear. So again, 1 and 1 for me, okay? I would avoid this one completely. T1 can be purchased very cheap at the guild store and pretty much from Shadowloo City, and also can be dropped from idle fairly often. So I wouldn't bother for that, especially for the 10 extra points. That 40 should be going to this rather than that, okay? These two here are decent. I wouldn't go for this one. This one here, maybe. Actually, you know what? You could technically go for both of them, but I would still save up for the red ones. The reason why is you can buy these from the general shop for a fairly cheap amount of money, or diamonds. Realistically, you want to do money as a free-to-play, though. So they're not that good. And this one, I think, dropped from 20 to 15. So I'm shocked they dropped that a little bit. So that one, they're not as good. But still, if you're mid-game, you may want to go for it if you are looking to boost a lot of people from either 0 to 10 or from 10 to 20, right? But really, the red boost stone should be your number one goal if you're working on FS, because they're the hardest ones to acquire. Faction ones, avoid completely. Don't even worry about those. For anyone who is early game to mid game and needs a lot more units, this right here is really good as well, so you can go for that. 4 for 30 here is decent as well for those who are now looking to gear up and get factional gear. Remember, this does not work on non-factional. The recast only works on factional gear. So if you are looking to, let's say, boost your Viper and you only have wind gear and you want to do a recast rather than hunt for the gear itself, this is a great way to do it. So depending where you are in the game and what you're hunting for, if you are on the gear section of the game, absolutely go for this. It is definitely worth it. These ones here for early game, I would definitely recommend. For food, even mid game, I would recommend this for food. So I'd say this is probably number 4 for anyone who's mid to end, but number 3 for anyone who is early to mid. Okay. Faith gems, absolutely. I did a whole video on this, right? This should be a very big focus for a lot of people. For 12 only to get 120 is a really good price. So I would say mid to late game, this should be your number 2 priority. I'd say number 1 tied between T1 and T2. Let's call Faith gems number 3 actually. Let's go 1 and 1 depending where you are, right? 1 and 1 for mid game to late game, and then 2 right here. That should be your number 2. Avoid the characters; they're useless. This is an end of the event kind of thing right here. And then for early to mid games, you want to go 1, I'd say, and then 2 for these, and then I'd say 3 for these ones here maybe. Or you know what? Go to the boost stones. That's probably your best bet anyways. So make sure, guys, that you're not wasting your tokens. Like, these bloodstones are fairly important to have. Sorry, the demon stones are fairly important to have for these specific events, right? Again, if you're really into aesthetics, you can go for this. I don't recommend it for free-to-play. Whales will probably go for this because they will have additional demon stones. But for anyone that's free-to-play, so let's break it down again. Early game, you're going to want to go 1 here, 2 here with the food, right? To get the food out of the way. 1, 2. 3, I'd go with... to be honest, 3 you can go T1 even, but that's really expensive in my opinion. So no, don't do that because you won't be even getting red gear at that point. So 3 is gonna be tough. I'd say either stick with the reds for the future. I'd say go for this red ones or these ones. So 3 and 4. Okay. So your tactics are a little different. You want to summon more when you're brand new. For mid to end game players, you definitely want to go 1 and 2, 1 and 2 here. Depending where you are, if you're focusing on FS, obviously make this 1 and make this 2. If you're focusing on gear, make this 1 and make this 2. And then you want to go number 3. Oh no, sorry, number 3 is Faith Gems, and number 4 is Recast. Okay, again, if you are focusing on gear, then Recast should be your number 3. Then Faith Gems should be your number 4. And then 5, you can go with food or summoning. It's up to you on that one. But that's essentially it, guys. So do not waste your tokens. Make sure you're doing it correctly because you're not gonna be able to get everything that's free to play. So pinpoint what you need in your account and where you are in the game, and I explained to you early, mid to end game what you should be focusing on, and then of course look at your account and cater that to your needs. Alright guys, this is Payne. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section. If you don't, enjoy. I'll be covering the limited time experiences right after this, and then we'll be doing each one separately, and then we'll cover the actual event, and then I'll do a full testing review for you guys for Nero and Vergil and see if they're even worth summoning for. I'm not summoning for either of them. I'm not buying Nero either, but we'll talk more about them because I know some of you guys are interested in terms of their utility and if they're actually worth having. Alright guys, again, this is Payne. I'll talk to you guys in another video. We'll see you guys soon.